everyone. Thank you for joining. As you can see, we are at a different place tonight. A little bit last minute, but we're doing what we can. We also were expecting a couple more people, but fortunately last minute they had to cut out. So it might just be another ladies' night for the beginning portion of the stream.
Oh no. Not in Comicsgate, a ladies' night? Oh my goodness.
we'll keep the lady part on the down low though.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
We're all,
we'll keep that
we're all
secret.
42-year-old men here.
That's right. That is right. So Amanda, do you want to say hello to the chat?
Sure. So we have, let's see, Mrs. Good Stuff I think was in here, but her thing disappeared. So we have Mr. Von Stugel, ACC, Jim Cox, Stato, and you for now. So we're a little on the low side, but change of places. And I know Crackhead has his little giveaway thing going on tonight too. So if you're enjoying that, comment, win fabulous prizes next week.
And Bert's just popped in.
Jeremy B.
All right.
Hello. Oh, and then there's Mr. Good Stuff and Mrs. Good Stuff. Talked back again.
Sweet.
So forgive us because, I am running the controls and it is all still a little new to me. And yeah, but anyways, thank you all for coming. So we will start off with the campaigns like normal.
That's right.
So I'm going to share that screen. Give me a moment to do that, though. Make sure I'm sharing the right one.
Yeah, share the right one.
I actually set it up so I have two monitors. I'm using my iPad as a second monitor.
Oh, all right. Nice.
I think we got the Indiegogo campaigns. So first up, that's the last one. First up, we have Dame Gang, which actually launched today. So Dame Gang is at 3,000. It has a $5,000 goal, so it hasn't quite made funding yet, but it did just launch. Actually, I think it was yesterday.
Did anybody get Dame Gang, the first one, up in here?
If Von Stugel is still here, I believe he did, and I think he had some good things to say about the first one. So I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but I think he's the only one that I'm aware of that did.
Okay.
Hey, X-Villain, thanks for joining. All right, so after Dame Gang, we have those that are closing. So we have Dead Stop Tour of Terror. They thankfully made funding this week because I was excited. I want this book. I wanted it to fund, and this is their first 30, but they are not going in demand. So this is closing tonight. So what?
Oh, okay.
I didn't refresh it, but it's tonight that it's closing.
The mail-in method.
Yes. And hang on, I'm trying to find my cursor so I can close the other thing. Whoops. Oh. All right, so Mr. Von Stugel showed back up in the chat, and he said that the first issue was good, and it's not just a booty book.
Cool.
Get my cursor on the right screen. Okay. And then we also have closing The Relentless Tin Soldier 2, which has 3 days left. I know I did get the first one. I enjoyed the first one, so I am looking forward to the second one as well.
Is this first 30 or second 30?
This is the second 30.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
All right.
Try to stay positive. We're gonna stay positive because we're just going through campaigns. We can talk about the oof in a second.
Okay, we'll finish the campaigns then.
All right.
All right. Next up for closing is Black Rhapsody Part 1, which has 4 days left. So this is Miss Rena's first campaign. She's at almost 7,500. So not too bad for a first timer. I know she is. They had a stretch goal of a color, be able to have the book colored. They are not quite to that stretch goal. I'm not sure that they're going to reach it in the 4 days because I think they're halfway there. But I personally preferred the black and white that I saw, so I'm okay with that. Although, want to back it, we can get to that color. Next up, closing, we have Clint Stoker's Dracula, which is 2 days left. Now, this one confused me a little bit because he didn't do like a 30 and 30. He did I think a 30 in a few days or something like that. So I had to double check that this was in fact the end, but this is ending. So Clint Stoker's Dracula. And last but definitely not least, you want to take this one over?
So we got Charlie's London, number 2, From Walworth to Wartime. So this is, if you guys got the first one, this is the continuation of Charlie Chaplin's life. She has a really good interior artist. This is a licensed product from the Chaplin estate, so Charlie's has access to their vaults. It's the art in and of itself, and this was a complaint that she got on YouTube, is that it was photorealistic. Um, Somebody accused her artist of tracing. That's how photorealistic it is. However, that is what the state wanted. They wanted the book to be photorealistic. So what the state wants, the state gets. But I enjoyed the first one. I'm looking forward to the second one. I did back this one. And I did back the Nolan cover on this one. So
it's almost at that 20K.
Yeah.
Which I think it will get, because it's only, $108 away and 5 days left.
Yep.
That's a couple backers.
Yeah.
All right, so that is it for the campaigns, unless any of you are aware of some that I might have missed, because I could have. I do notice that there does seem to be a trend of campaigns that aren't doing the 30 and 30. They're kind of going off a little bit. I know the U.S. Assassins versus Graveyard Shift Deluxe Edition, it's ending their 30 right off, and he's extending it, but he's not extending it for another 30. So things like that are going to confuse me. I don't know if it'll confuse everybody else there, but I suppose as long as the creators are keeping everybody on top of things, then there shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, one of the good things about Comicsgate is that all these business owners are independent business owners, and they could go experiment to see what works for their model better. So I know Nolan does a 30 and 15. Twitter Dad is doing a full 60. Charlie's did a full 60 this time. Everybody's gonna do different things, and we get to figure out if they work or not. And if it works, for other business owners, they could see if they could, adapt that to their model, and see if we, the royal we, the chat, likes that or not. So it's always fun. It's always fun to look at that.
I could tell you right now, as a person who looks for campaigns for opening and closing to at least let others know that they're opening and closing, gets a bit confusing.
Yeah.
I know I'm keeping my calendar. Like Jim points out that not everyone makes calendars. Well, I do make a calendar. When I hear something comes up, I do put it on a calendar. And then when I get to do stuff like this, I'm like, okay, what is ending? And then I look at what launched around the same time, so I can check on those to see if they're on, par with the 30 and 30, or if something else is going on with it. But yeah.
Well, I mean, because one experiment that happened, and PTP has done it also, but he let it run a little bit longer than she did, is that Rini did a 1 week second chance campaign. Well, it's a battle damaged. The Illuminati edition campaign for Fiendish One, the colored version. She ran it for a week. She was, to her word, she closed, she opened it and she closed it. It was 7 days. I personally don't have a problem with that, as long as you're able to spread that information to the marketplace, like, hey, I got this, second chance going up, blah, 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 and that everybody's aware of it. And I think that's the problem. And that's why I went oof with Tin Soldier. Because I know the artist, he's a nice guy and everything, and I'll also admit I kind of haven't been watching Comicsgate as much as I have in the past. But that number seemed low to me, his funding number. But I think the first one was low too. And again, if he's happy, we have to be happy for him.
Right. Yep. That is true. He didn't. I don't remember what the goal was for the first one, but yeah, he didn't have a huge goal with the first one. I think he just enjoys making the comic, so he'll be putting them out regardless of, the hindrances that may come.
Well, I mean, and I don't know if he's going to the flea markets, aka Comic Cons. He's getting a table and he's bringing wares to sell. So if the purpose of the crowdfunding is so you have wares to sell during the flea markets, then cool.
Right.
you
Although
know.
I can understand the exceptions with like the second chance campaigns, you're bringing it back for a short time for those that might have, right before you go to print, or in Reni's case to get rid of the battle damage ones. I can appreciate those short but sweet, 1 week, 2 week things to at least give people, because if they're interested, hopefully they're keeping their eyes open for it, if they really want it, and that gives them their opportunity to back.
Yeah, and for some reason, like, because I was in that launch stream for, I'm calling it the Illuminati edition because it's a triangle. Something at that printer, there was a piece, like a triangle piece that was on their press, and it perfectly pressed a triangle in all the covers, or not all of them, like 800 of them. So I'm calling it the Illuminati
Out of like
edition.
the 1,000, right, or something like
Yeah,
that. It was a
it was
big portion.
that was a lot though.
Yep.
Um, but she said, like, I never did a launch stream. I was like, you did it? And I'm trying to have a flashback to Fiendish, and I was like, I know she closed on Shane. I don't think she did a proper opening.
No,
So
because she was. I think she launched prior to getting around more in CG. Because I remember seeing her on Sugar Chris, I think first before I saw her go anywhere else. And then she made her way around to like the different streams.
yeah, so that Fiendish 2 launch, she may get drunk and crazy and squeal a lot.
Have the
R.I.P. Yeah,
earplugs ready.
R.I.P. headphone wearers. But like, damn it, Rini, didn't have to squeal like that.
She'll be excited. That's true. But it'll be good on her.
Yep.
All right.
Right. Do you want me to cover this depressive topic real quick?
Sure.
All right. So, as mentioned earlier, like, hey, this is a new house that this show is happening on. Um, so I'm trying to be respectful, but I'm trying to address it so we don't have to talk about this anymore. So Leroy is disengaged. I'll just put it like that. He is disengaged with the social media aspect of Comicsgate. I actually still have admin access to his StreamYard account. I do not have access to his YouTube account. And sometime between the last time we streamed on his channel to today, he broke that connection with his StreamYards and the YouTube. So he's disengaging with the social media side of this movement. Don't think he's walking away from Comicsgate. He's a true believer of Comicsgate. Like, he's for real, but he's just not doing this anymore, which is 100% fine. We have to, when people want to step away, we don't rate or should or are entitled to know why. So he's stepping away, and I was 100% fine to make up stories of what he's hunting. He would have been hunting Moby Dick, Sasquatch. He's already hunting chupacabras, but that's the move he made.
There she blows.
Yeah, so this show is actually going to get moved to my channel. I activated it today. I request streaming the ability to stream today, but it takes 24 hours for them to approve that. That is why we're on Amanda's channel. So this show will be on my channel. It's still going to be the chat. It is still going to be me, Amanda, K Manifesto, and Eric, if they're available.
They've been having some busy times lately, though. So
it's summertime.
Yep.
It's summer. But yeah, we're gonna move forward with this show. This is a little bit different than when he nuked the channel the first time around. The first time around, I was happy never to stream again, to be quite honest. This time around, it ain't the same. So
maybe that was his plan all along, pushing you from the nest, Vanessa.
I know, like, get out of here and start streaming. Shit.
That's true, because then I had my channel, and then now you have your channel, and he did push that from the beginning.
I mean, and pretty much at this point, everybody on the panel has a channel.
Mm-hmm.
Not that's gonna. Well, I mean, I'll rotate if people want to, but I know Amanda was like, "You don't have to. You don't have to do this for me."
Yeah, I'm okay with hanging out, but I like hanging out. I like talking about Comicsgate, but if I don't have to steer the car, I am good.
Yeah, so hopefully next Saturday this show will be on my channel. I'll figure out how to do all of this nonsense. And there you go. But we'll still keep the spirit of it. So, Like I'm not going to monetize my channel. It's a place for, the chat, not, it's not about me, Amanda, K Manifesto, or Eric DeGuapo. It's about Hicks Villain, Bertz, Stato, Von Stugel. It's about you guys.
Our voices.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's your guys and us talking with each other and figuring out what we like or don't like. But obviously it is going to be on my channel and I have a nickname, so I will be telling the rest of them when we're able to go spicy, get a nice little ratio of like
Have
spice
you
to like cool.
have you figured out what you're gonna name your channel?
It's Danger Vanessa.
Okay. Oh, that's catchy. No.
Yeah, it's Danger Vanessa. It's actually there's a story behind it. When I started CG, my account name was my actual given name. It was
Mm-hmm.
my given name. Um that I started getting involved more in CG. I mean, like people are getting doxxed and blah blah blah. And listen, I don't got time for that nonsense. 2A all day, get gatted, right? Um, so I changed it to Vanessa L. And then I realized that YouTube had this ability to set up a brand channel where you could have a channel, but you have multiple emails on it. So that's what I did. I turned my channel into a brand channel. And when I did that, now I have two separate emails. So I have Danger Vanessa, Danger Vanessa 123 at google.com as one email, and then I have my actual email that I use for my life as the other email. But when I did that, that broke all my wrenches. During the time where like the only wrench I really had was Shane's, and that's when I was like really really active with Shane's on the chat, and I was like, and this was before Pterodactyl and Yanzi was there when they're streaming. I was like, Yanzi, it's me. I broke my YouTube. Can I get my wrench back, please? uh but yeah, so it's gonna be on my channel. We'll get all the stuff. And also we're keeping our back room. So we have a back room with the five of us because Leroy's welcomed here. He's
Mm-hmm.
welcomed here. He stepped for whatever reasons. If he's disengaging, that's fine. But like, there's no hard feelings on my end. Like, eh, how many people in the chat have stepped away? Like, where the hell is VIP? I was almost about to say, where the hell is uh, Bullet Ninja Hagelman? But
He's still around.
I'm yeah,
Who's
he's
VIP
still
though?
around. He was a guy who was in Bancroft's chat a lot. Like, what the hell happened to VIP?
Oh, I guess that was before my time because I'm not
Yeah,
familiar with that one.
I
I
mean,
know there's IBI. Yeah, I borrow
I
ideas.
borrow
Yep.
ideas. He steps away and reappears and steps away. Like, this is the one thing about internet fandom, right? Like, you could easily step away.
That is true.
Like I told you guys this, and it's true. If I ever nuke my YouTube, I'm gone. Not YouTube, but my Twitter, I'm gone. And that's just the truth.
What if you get kicked off Twitter though?
I don't say spicy enough things to get off Twitter.
You're gonna come back with all your 200 lives like Cecil.
I know, right? Just be like, oh yeah, what did you do? I called a lady a cunt.
Booted.
I don't even think he called anybody a cunt though. That third time, it was like he called a character a cunt, and it's like, that's not a real person.
Right.
You don't have to defend that character's dignity. That character doesn't have any dignity. Neither does the writer of that character, but that is a different conversation.
Very true.
All right, you want to catch up with the chat real quick?
I've been trying a little bit. They're there watching, but not too much saying anything. So Jim says he can still berate Leroy when he's around or not. Stato was suggesting Danger Zone for your channel. Astro Zombie joined us. Hello, AZ. And then I think Von Stugel. I don't know if that's Vanessa Loves Band-Aids Cletus. Is that a Band-Aid?
I don't know what that is.
Looks like a Band-Aid to me.
Okay. And of course, it's not coming up. It's not coming up in StreamYards, right?
No, it looks like a Band-Aid on StreamYards.
Mm.
I'm not watching it on YouTube. I don't have my YouTube up, which is why I was typing in the chat as the channel name. Although it's so different to see the channel name in the chat. I feel,
Yeah,
off
I
put.
know.
All right. So I know we were talking about like what we would do. Oh, a bandaged heart. Oh, so it separated it.
It's a
Jim
broken
said
heart.
it's a bandaged heart. So we were talking about topics. Now, we particularly didn't have anything that struck us that we wanted to talk about. Not sure if those of you in the chat have topics that you want to talk about. I know there are some things that have been discussed this week, but allegedly, that's all there is to say.
Yeah.
And then we can definitely discuss that. We were also talking about opening the StreamYard link and inviting people on if hang out. But yeah, pretty much just hanging out, chatting, topics if you got them.
All right, I'll put the StreamYards link in the chat. And there's actually one thing that I want to talk about, and I'm not gonna be angry. I'm really not. So
Are you
I'm
gonna
not
wait until we get friends?
no, like they could come in
Come join
or
us.
or chat. If you have a topic, just type it in. Either you can hop in if you want to say hi. It's fine. There's only 9 people watching, and one of those 9 is me. Like no
Yeah.
one's gonna judge you here. Um, no,
And
I
actually,
just
the rules of the chat stay the same. One of the things that I've always liked about the chat is that there isn't judging. Even
yeah.
though all of us on the panel have different, like, we could all agree, but oftentimes we don't. And then technically, even if there was a dissenting opinion in the chat, it is still how you feel. So, it's valid.
Yeah. So there is one thing I do want to talk about, and I just want to. Well, Zach is the Zackiest, so it's about Zach, and because I do not understand what he is about to do.
Oh,
So for
he's about
the
to do something new?
so for the people who don't know, Zach is launching a campaign on the 4th for Jawbreakers Forever, which is his flagship IP, whether he thinks of it as that or not. So what he is going to do on the first day is that he is going to offer Graveyard Ship Forever for $1, and all his other books are available for add-ons. The add-on part I don't mind. I think for a guy that doesn't have an e-store or whatever and just does Indiegogo, like it's smart. Like always, always if you have stock, always offer your books. But this whole $1 thing, because I mean, what's gonna happen? He's gonna get 3,000 backers. They're all gonna pay $1 plus shipping, so we'll call it $11, right? Which is nowhere near the 35 that we normally pay. And then he's gonna be on the hook to ship all these books. And
As long as he's charging for shipping, the shipping part's covered.
yeah, well, I mean, the book part. So Ethan, and again, this is Ethan, and I'm not a creator. I don't know what the full cost is, but Ethan says it takes $9 to make a book. So, and I know he ships medium mail, so he'll probably break even. But for the life of me, I cannot understand why he's doing this. Like I don't get it.
All right, so let me make sure I'm understanding you right. He is launching a campaign for Jawbreakers, you said Forever.
Yes.
So the campaign is for that, which is the next installment of Jawbreakers, which is his most popular IP.
Number 4, I believe.
Okay. And charging $1 for the book, but then charging shipping, and then hoping that other people do the other books as add-ons, which will be regular price.
I don't know. This is all because again, when I disengage from Zach, I disengage from Zach. Like when I say peace be with you, Zach, that's what I mean. Like I stopped subscribing to him, like try to stop hearing from him, but Zach still has a lot of love in Comicsgate, and I include myself in those people who love him, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a like for what he did in the beginning of this movement, like I could never hate him. Because he did a lot for Comicsgate. But
well, I know that I came into it when he's kind of got out of being, numero uno prime involved. So I'm kind of indifferent to everything with him.
And a lot of people are, but I mean, and that's even the people who've been here for even longer than me. But I cannot understand a guy who found a winning formula in crowdfunding, found it, right? He's
As in
like,
the
you use,
$25.
yeah, YouTube, 48-page book, $25 crowdfunding. Like, he found a winning formula. And for me, it seems like he's self sabotaging for the sake, I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if he has imposter syndrome where he doesn't believe that he's paid his dues or whatever. The way I see it, all the freaking hit pieces that were written about him, and those were real hit pieces, right? Like, we're talking about like the New York Times, the Guardian, like that is legacy media
Mm-hmm.
writing pieces about Comicsgate with your boy Zach in the crosshairs, right? So that's why he'll always have love for me. I just won't exchange money with him. So I don't understand what he is doing. I do not get it. Do not understand.
Yeah, yeah, you would think it's almost like being self-destructing because yeah, how are you really going to be able to make your book and get it out to the people that want it? Because even if you do have people backing those add-ons, you got the people that want Jawbreakers, so you're going to have a lot of books going out for $1, at least those that are diehard fans, and then you might have some add-ons, but that's not going to be where your money's coming from, especially if you're doing a dollar main book.
Yeah. I I don't get it.
Hey Nick, thanks for joining.
I mean, chat, am I off? Like, am I the only crazy person, or is he the crazy one? Does anybody understand this? For lack of better phrase, because the word scheme, I've been watching a lot of British YouTubers as of late. The word scheme has a different meaning over there than it does over here, but I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if he's literally just trying things out, like that whole, hey, I'm picking those neon colors and we're coloring 4.99 with them because we're gonna see how it goes. And I'm curious to figure out, well, to hear if you actually thought that was a good idea after all the flack it got, or if he was still sticking to it. I made the decision I made and I'm glad I did it, and we're moving on to the next thing. So maybe it's one of those, I'm making the decision that I'm making. It's a gamble, and we'll see how it works.
Yeah, I don't get it. So Hicks Villain says $1 book is hard to pass up, even though who knows when it'll ship. That is true. That is true. Because Von Stugel said he hasn't got Grand Bazaar yet.
Yeah, back up here. Still
Yep.
MIA. And he just also launched another, what was the campaign just before, which was Impossible Stars and...
Bro, that let me pull that campaign because that campaign was hilarious.
It was like 2 books. What was it? Impossible Stars and...
And the one I like,
The one you like.
Iron Sights.
Iron Sights, okay.
I didn't buy it because again I'm disconnected. Hold on. So Richard C. Meyer.
So Hicks Villain points out, it's got to imagine he's doing China printing, so printing cost isn't through the roof. I would hope so to get that money stretched.
Well, I mean, you pay for shipping.
Yeah, but
And you have to do that thing. Let me go.
Get Over It brings up a good point, saying unless he's trying to get people re-engaged in Jawbreaker, so maybe he is giving a break to the backers to get them engaged a little bit more, and hey, here's the book you guys want, here it is, and it's an even cheaper price, so hopefully I can make you guys happy.
Well, I mean, you know what? I'm not going to say that because I am not a mental health professional. But the thing is that people were mad ultimately about, and again, why you guys name me Furious V is because I was mad about that Expendables book. And it's not the biggest problem is it being late. That was not the biggest problem. The biggest problem was his lack of just actual communication. And it got to the point, like, he was saying that it was done in December, and then he was like, it's ready to go to print, and then it's late. It's like, and then in June he put that kind of I I forget the word I would use for it, but he put a post. He was like, "Well, I understand that this this could be probably a lot of your first crowdfunders, and you know what, guys, crowdfunders are late, and I've made 11 campaigns." It was like, oh, condescending. His condescending post,
Mhm.
and he deleted that thing with a quickness, because if you look at that campaign, that same day he had like 5 refund requests, like, refund my money, and that's on the comments. So that's only what we could see. God knows how many email requests. So here's Iron Sights 3 Impossible Stars 2. And Ethan did this on his show when this campaign launched. He was like, "Listen, we're just gonna read what is bold." All right. He was like,
Oh yeah,
this
he was
is
trying to make sense of it, wasn't he?
yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, listen, all right, so we're just gonna read what is bold." So Iron Sights and Impossible Stars, same Iron Sights, Impossible Stars, Iron Sights, Impossible Stars, Mexicans. Or I'll throw
I
in
think you missed
possibly,
possibly.
yeah,
Yeah.
possibly
Possibly Mexicans.
Mexicans. Both lead. One, Iron Sights, Impossible Stars. Everyone, maximum future franchise. Well, Iron Sights 80%, Possible Stars 2 60%. I'm like, this is his thing. Like, what do they have in common? Mexicans. It's like,
Okay, I'm
shit.
confused.
Yeah, like that. I mean, okay. And he said he's gonna tie those in together. Good luck, because I've read Iron Sights 1 and 2. It's like a noir, like shoot 'em up, border, border criminal kind of, border as in
Like a
US
U.S.
Southern
Marshals?
border, like US Southern border. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's all about criminals, right?
Oh, so it's the bad side of everything.
And then actually, you know what? That's a Possible Star is also about a criminal. So there you go, both about criminals.
And they're gonna tie in with Mexicans.
Yeah, Mexicans. I was like, oh, but
So
I mean,
ACC points out here, I would never just up and do what he does. I cannot claim to know what he is doing or for what goal. No notion or disorderly whatever, or of disorderly whatever.
yeah, I
No
the
rhyme or
o-
reason.
yeah, the only thing I could think is maybe he has imposter syndrome, because that first Jawbreakers, that was what he made 840. I think it's like $845,000 on the first. And again, that is around here what we use as the birth of Comicsgate as we know it. We understand that, like any birth, there was a story before it. Like, human beings don't get, like, day one is like the beginning of their story. There was a mom and a dad. One day the dad said, "Hey girl, how you doing?" And she was like, I'm doing all right, without getting vulgar. But yeah, so, you know, for the timeline, that being kind of the tip of the spear, and he's doing this well, it's like, quite frankly, he should always be in the 6-figure club, like, always.
Mm-hmm.
And and I said this before, I think he's happy making this much money with this much backers and calling it a day.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, and he's talking about moving back to New York and going back to IT. It's like, I sure.
So Hicks Film points out one of Ironsight's main draws was the Kelsey cover. Don't know why he wouldn't wait for him to do it before the campaign or during it.
What did he say? There's a Kelsey cover and there's no Kelsey cover to be shown. Oh, color poster by Casey Shannon. Yeah, this is all words, and this is what's his
The gallery.
face? Canales, which I like Canales when it's black and white. I don't like Canales when his work is colored. That's a personal opinion. You could take it or leave it. And then Impossible Stars. This is Renzo. I always want to say Henzo because I watch UFC and there's a lot of Brazilians in that, but Renzo Rodriguez doing his thing. Still needs to be colored. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't wait for the Kelsey Shannon cover to be like, bam.
That's the reason I'm backing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, what did he say for 80? The production was it 80% for the first book and 60 for the other? Is that why that was bold, the 80 and 60%?
Yeah, but if you go back in time to 2022, January 2021, after I need to do this for Stato. No, put it back.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Let's do this. Moving back to New York in this day and age? Yeah. Zach is a Zacchaeus. What can I say? No, but if he has a video on his channel, like the first few days of January of 2021, where he projected all of his projects, and he already projected Ironsides and Impossible 2 Stars 2. So this has been in production for, and obviously if it's an 80%, it's been in production for a while. Well, Stugel says he believes that his daughter is there.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yeah, that would make sense for the family stuff, but like he has 17 kids with 18 women. And you may be like, that doesn't make any sense, Vanessa. He's the Zacchaeus. He
is that real?
No,
he's like the Elon Musk.
He has a lot of, well, not a lot. Honestly, as a person who served in the Marine Corps, also, like, because I know that was a thing that anti-CG did. It's like, he has 4 kids with 4 different women. Oh my God. I'm like, he's a Marine? I mean, we would say, goddamn, bro, maybe put it away, wrap it before you tap it, but that's not the strangest thing, we've heard. It's not even the most kids I've ever seen.
They're worse. I think there's fathers out there that don't even know they have kids. At least he's taking responsibility for them, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and again, like, to bring up why, like, Zach will never get like sustained hate. Like, I didn't even like hate him when my book was late. I was just pissed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my book, and look, I'm not mad at him anymore. We're also not exchanging money because I don't exchange money with people who've made me mad.
Now, one of the complaints was the fact that he didn't do the updates, and from what I understand, he's gotten better.
I mean, somebody who has backed
Zach would know that for sure. Yeah,
would have to let me know, like, because I'll ride that crazy train again as long as his freaking updates, and he's not like, crowdfunders are late, so this is normal. Like, as long as I don't get any of that shit again.
Right. I think I heard somewhere that he was doing better, or at least, made more of a priority for it.
I mean, it's a little bit of time a lot of these guys with bigger business models, like, I wouldn't say Shane, because Shane's granted, I understand he comes off as an idiot on YouTube, but he's actually very he worries, and because he's a worrier just naturally, he's very good about his time management. He was streaming before we started, and he talked about he's going dark. And of course, this is Shane's chat, so they're like, "Don't do blackface, Shane." But he did this also with Starlight Cats, where he's like, "Listen, I'm not going to stream for a while." Basically, he's finishing the damn book. That's what he means. Like, if you don't see Shane streaming, that's because he's freaking drawing, right? So, like,
yeah, I was surprised to see him streaming earlier. He's still streaming, I think, but he was on, at an earlier time. I like seeing that, but I missed the notification.
Yeah, and he was spiraling, and if I'm all about the Shane spirals, he was going off, and it was great to hear. But I mean, some of these other ones, and I'm not going to name names, but if your business model is big enough and you appear to need a personal assistant, it sounds like you need to get a fucking personal assistant, or at least a what you call it, editing team.
Hey, Stato.
Hey, Stat.
Hi, is nobody joining us there?
We thank you.
Yeah.
Nobody joining because they're afraid of Vanessa?
Maybe.
No.
They're intimidated by the ladies.
Oh, man.
Although
don't
we
know
did
why.
we
Oh,
dropped
snap.
the link once, and then I'm like, oh, it's been a while. I probably should drop it again. But yeah, we have the link there for those of you that might want to join, hang out, chat. If you have something you want to talk about, something you want to address, we're kind of going old school. I know it was before our time, but from what Vanessa was saying in the beginning,
I was there, Amanda. It was before your time.
before
was
my
there,
time,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Google
I'm still
Hangouts.
young in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. You know what, and that's what trips me out when I remember like Comicsgate is what properly, as far as this phase of Comicsgate, when we're actually trying to compete against the mainstream and like try to go after those dollars instead of just complaining about it. It's only been 5 years, but it feels like 50. My God.
Time does go pretty quickly.
CG time is a different freaking type of time.
Whole lot more channels too.
That is true.
And I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I remember when Wednesday nights was a dead zone. Nobody was there. Now you see it's like 8. Last Wednesday was like 8 or 9 streams going all at the same time.
Get your choice. It's like the buffet. Pick what you want. A little bit of here, a little bit of there.
Yeah, and I know that people like they can, and I understand where the complaint comes from. It's like if you're Comicsgate and you're about it, you want to support everybody that you can. And you can't do that if everybody's streaming at the same time.
You get paralyzed by choice.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, these everybody's independent. Would it be nice for them to not step on each other? Yeah, but they need to stream when they need to stream.
That's true. It's hard to schedule that. But about the paralyzing choice. I've done that before. I'm like, oh, I like this person. They're both streaming at the same time. I'm like, oh, but I don't want to go into this channel and say something because, I just feel like I'm being a traitor or something like that, even though that's really not the case. I'm sure.
You just got to turn them all on at the same time.
See, I don't do
in a bar room.
I'm like, I won't watch any.
I
won't say anything.
Like Superman at the top of the world, just listen, and then the one that sounds the most interesting, just zoom in on that one.
There you go.
or like that episode of Star Trek when Data was playing all the music, and I think it was Picard that stepped in and he was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I'm listening to like 10 things." Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say I saw that episode. Although I can't say I've seen most of Star Trek episodes, so.
You can go the Kelsey response. I don't know what that means. I don't speak nerd.
I don't speak nerd.
Only about some things.
Oh my goodness, I missed that Sasquatch.
What's that?
I miss Kelsey, man. Like
he jumps on every once in a while.
He jumps on every once in a while, but like his recorded videos are so hilarious.
Yeah.
Like he missed his calling. Like his thing where he did with his neighbor. I'll pull it up and I'll share it.
Yeah, I remember those.
What did he do with his neighbor?
It's hilarious. Hold
Checked
on.
the front door the other day. No response.
I'll pull it up and we'll go watch it.
Yeah, Kelsey's a weird outlier. They say like build your channel. You got to stay there or they'll forget you. Every time he shows up, people just flock in and
Kelsey's well loved. Yeah.
You're amazing. Kelsey, we missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
V, did you turn on your camera?
You could be talking about nothing.
Oh, snap. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to stop sharing. There you go. I fat fingered it.
Hey, Phil. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Phil.
Okay, it was before this. Week 8. Where the hell is it? Jack Show promo. He better not have.
Did he kill him?
He better not have. Am I not going to be able to find it?
It was a while back.
Okay,
of course,
so
I can't imagine his channel's too busy.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Share. Stop. Share screen. Share this. System audio. Share. All right. And I'm going to try to not kill the chat. Yeah, don't share me that tip again. All right. So this is Kelsey Shannon. He missed his calling.
This is my neighbor's house, Dawn. We hadn't seen him come out in a long time. We got a mystery here.
How long ago was this?
Had to have been at least a
2020.
year. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember this. Oh, wow, I forgot about this.
Nowhere to drop a body.
I will be honest. That's when I knew like he's just a great storyteller.
Oh yeah.
Is he able to just do stuff like that? And what that was probably shot mostly on a cell phone, maybe an iPad.
No, I think he's got a nice like DSLR camera
Oh,
that
he
he liked
may,
to
yeah.
use back
But
when he was like into that stuff.
Is that the Kelsey bird there, Stato?
Maybe
Kind of looks like a bird.
his beard's about this long now. Last I saw Kelsey, it was a while ago. I mean, he did a stream not too long ago, but he was talking about like, why are we talking about Star Wars again? It sucks. Why do we have to talk about this stuff? Let's want to talk about comics.
Yeah, there's definitely Kelsey fans in the chat, so I want Kelsey's own book already. The wait is killing me. Jim says I can't wait for Kelsey Shannon to do his own book.
I think
Phil
he's working on something.
yeah, Phil with 2 L's was complaining that he got sunburnt and get over it. Offered up your services, Vanessa.
I mean, we can if we want to. But I mean, yeah,
A bit
like
of a travel.
bit of travel. But I mean, that's the thing about Kelsey, right? It's like we all love him. He wants to work, so he's working. But he's not making his own book. Like he's working for people right now, which is 100% fine. Go get your money, homie. But we really want to support him on his own crowdfunder. And again, maybe he doesn't want to do all that. He's, friends with all these people, with Ethan, with John, with especially Cecil. And he's probably hearing horror stories and he's probably like, I just want to draw, man.
Has he talked about the fact that he has ideas brewing, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think he's also just messing around with like other art stuff. He had a poster or something on Twitter. He's just playing around with watercolor, trying new stuff with that. So I think he's just doing a bit of exploring, trying to make the YouTube thing work.
How do you pronounce that?
I say Niobe. Niobe, Nyobi. Niobe Comics. I could be wrong.
That's what I would have went with, but.
And this is 24 Eyes.
Is that how that's pronounced?
Yes,
Damn
I
it,
think
Amanda.
so. Although there's no space, so it's probably a lot faster. 24 eyes.
I mean, probably, yeah. Oh man.
So what's the next campaigns coming to your doors? Anything?
How
Yep.
you're gonna have me? Since I'm in Indiegogo, let me go see. I've literally this year has been not. I've not been funding a lot of things.
Right.
Actually, I should be getting Wraith of God pretty soon.
Yeah, that's at the printer, right?
Yeah.
Alterna Spring is my next one, and then I think Wraith of God after that for me.
Oh, you haven't gotten your spring? I got my
No,
spring.
it got shipped. It's going to be here in a couple of
Okay.
days. So
Like, I got my spring just a few days ago. I got Graveyard Shift 4 yesterday.
Oh, by your boy Jose.
Yeah. I went and backed. All right, here we'll go into some. I wasn't gonna back it because there are people that know that I'm not super excited about the fact that I'm still waiting on Luminavox, and here you have Jose doing everybody and their brother's book, which I admit Jose has talent, but that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And honestly, Graveyard Shift, it was good, but it wasn't as good as I was expecting, as I've heard other people really like it.
Luminavox just had an update.
Yeah. We're like looking at going to print as September 18th. He's already, that's something else we could talk about. But but Graveyard Shift I got because the Moral Compass did say he thought it was like one of the better stories in the list of things. But honestly, if Phil's in the chat, I got it for his book. It's like the supplemental. Like, I was excited to read what he's doing. I actually found the supplemental of Graveyard Shift 3 to be better than the actual story. So I am excited to get the supplemental, which is the reason why I bought it.
It's a fill-in issue.
So as far as the Luminavox update, we're going on to that, or was there a different question? Okay. So yeah, Jose did send out an update. He basically said that he put down, I don't know if it was a deposit, all the money, I think it was just a deposit, for the printer to start his book September 18th. So I'm assuming he paid to get it in. Not sure the process of how that happens, if that makes sense. But I'm like, why would you, like, is that really a smart move to schedule the printer of, hey, I'm having my book done? So what happens if you don't have your book done by that date?
Loses the date, has to reschedule.
Right. And then you're looking at what? So we're in July. We're looking at another 2-3 months out after September. Like, I don't know that was a wise move, but I think he's looking at it as, this is the date I put forth to myself. This is what I'm doing. But it almost seems like, and I know he's working on Luminavox concurrently with all the other stuff, but it seems like, okay, he's looking at these other books as his main job, and then he's fitting Luminavox in when he can. And I'm like thinking, we're already, I want to say it's a year late. I think it was August of last year that it should have come out, or it's been a while. But yeah, and that was actually the first campaign that I backed high at. Like, I backed the highest level. Yeah, I have a sketch coming. I got he had a limited number of like extra books that he had worked on with other people. It was like the drive tier or something like that. And I got all the extra books in it because I really liked Jose's art, even though, this is not a lot of people thought that stuff's a little more weebish, I guess they would define it. It's not your 90s comics or your 80s, 70s, whatever. It's definitely a little bit more modern. But I liked the colors, actually. That's what drew me to the book. Okay. It was pretty with the colors. So I'm like, I would love to just look at this art. So that's why I backed.
And it's 2 big books, too. The heck of a...
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be 1, and then he ended up putting even more in.
Right. I think that's around when I backed it. October of last year.
Yeah. Actually, that might have been what was supposed to be released, was October of last year. So we're probably not quite at a year late, but close. I don't know exactly. I could be wrong. So Astro Zombie saying his Graveyard Shift 4 should be here soon. And then I'm sure there was pressure from Malin to get Graveyard Shift 4 done on time. Yeah, I'm sure. And, I can understand why the other people are hiring. I can understand why Malin wants him. I can understand why Fowler's using him. I can understand. He's great at what he does, and he's fast. But I don't know. I guess as a backer, I'm just feeling like I'm put on the back burner.
Mm. Backer burner.
Backer
burner. Yes, exactly. So besides the spring campaign, what are you expecting, Sato?
Oh, geez. Let's see. Should be, let's see. We got Wraith of God. The next 4 should be spring campaign, Wraith of God, Clint Stoker's Dracula, and Billy Tucci's next She book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he closed that a couple weeks ago, and he's a pretty quick turnaround person, right?
Yep. He and Clint both had them done before. Clint, I think when he started it was like near the printer stage or something crazy like that. And same with Tucci. He had it sent in as it was closing. So,
yeah, I know Clint was talking about how I think he was putting in the T-shirt order right off, and then, the campaign closes in 2 days, so that'll probably have a quick turnaround, which would be exciting.
I'll be waiting for Groken too for a little while, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right.
Hopefully not that long.
No, I mean, his last one wasn't that late, was it? Or wasn't late at all?
No, it was a couple months.
Oh, okay.
And that was, and quite frankly, he was done in October.
Right, I remember those not being his fault as far as like supply chain or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said then, which I'll say now, unless these guys have a printer press in their basement, as long as the printer issue is an actual printer issue and not like what you're trying to say to justify why you're late. Oh, it's at the printer, guys. Like, okay, Cecil.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was updates from him because it wasn't that long ago that Ethan was talking on his live stream about having a conversation with Cecil about fulfillment, and basically he was like, "Cecil, you're a big boy. You can do it." But that was a while ago. So if he's talking about like how is he going to fulfill, I would think that process would have started soon.
Well, what he has that campaign has 2 books, and he has like 3,000 backers, and I don't think he has a garage. Living in the city. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know where he's I don't know where he's putting this stuff.
Unless he uses a fulfillment service, which I'm not sure where he could do that.
Yeah.
Did you see Pete Sammetti's new tier that he added to King Cryptid?
The pizza tier?
The pizza, yeah.
Or the birthday bash tier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with one of each.
Oh, nice.
One for the troops, one for the kids.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Oh, I guess I didn't read that much into it because I know he did a tier where you could pay $3 and buy pizza for him because his birthday is in 2 days.
Nope. This one is Pete's birthday bash. You donate $1 to either Operation Gratitude for the troops or Comics for Kids for children.
Oh, so you just donate the money and it's
just
a tier.
$1, and then he donates 10 comics for every $1.
Oh.
To the troops or kids.
That's nice.
Yeah. Had to get in on that.
All right, so Von Stugel is asking if there's any Justice City updates, and I can't say I've heard any, and I know I've been
get over
I've been waiting.
Get over it, put the update in the thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Justice City went from 80 pages to 100 pages about 3 weeks out from the first packages being shipped.
Oh.
So they must be right around the printers right now. If they're about 3 weeks out from being shipped, they're about 3 weeks to 3 weeks to. Yeah. All right. So 24 Eyes says, I want to see emails showing proof posted on campaign update if the printers are actually causing a delay. Yeah, there is that. Because did you guys, Reni's back to having more issues with her printer. I saw that on Twitter. Yeah, like it's a situation where it's beginning to feel like they have the paper. They're just not putting priority on her because I guess she was looking for a refund for the damaged books, but they weren't going to refund her. But basically they're planning to print or reprint those damaged books. So they're like going good on part of the deal, but not the refund part. But because they're reprinting it, they're still claiming that there's a paper shortage. So she has to wait a long time more to be able to make that part right, which poor girl, she's definitely had some printer issues.
She'll be the first one to get a printing press in her basement. She's gonna take what you call charge of her destiny. Like, I am not dealing with this anymore. Because I think that's her second printer, because her first printer couldn't do the what you call it, gloss.
Yeah, the spot gloss, I think is what I
Oh,
heard.
really?
Yeah, the spot gloss. Yeah.
Hmm.
And now she has a third printer. I'm like, man, I don't know. But I mean, she
Yeah.
better keep all her emails, not delete a single one.
I know people are using 3D Zach, which it's nice because 3D Zach is CG, and he's definitely printed some CG books. Not quite sure what he's been claiming to have for issues, if any. But the one downfall with him is it's definitely a smaller printing production, so he can't print the higher number of books. He definitely keeps it around. I'm not sure what the limitations are, but I think Tiger Blue sold some decent amounts, and he was able to print that one.
Sweet. So does anybody have any topics? And that includes the chat.
Chat.
Does it get over it? Says she'll sell 4 or 5 art pieces, be able to pay for the new printer. I mean, as a segue, next week we're gonna be sniping Shays, so we'll go see.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna watch that?
Yeah.
It's tradition.
I mean, yeah,
It's
it's tradition.
fun.
We snipe our art auctions. We're gonna keep that going too. And my Twitter father, Kenneth Rocafort, will be on that show. Allegedly, he's on the early. I'm gonna get everybody up early in the morning. He's on.
No, don't tell everybody that.
Oh, okay, it's too late.
He's getting up at 12:30 a.m.
Yeah, he's on the early show. So
the earlier shows are usually less watched in my experience, which could mean good things. But if everybody knows that, Roquefort's going to be on the early stream, it's going to be like, hey, look, they got like 150 views. But their early is not early anymore. I don't know what they're planning to start it at. It might be like
11, 12.
11, yeah. Yeah, they used to do, I think, started at 8 o'clock.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
When she was doing like 4 or 5 of those, that's a lot.
Yep.
That's a
How
lot
many
live
is she doing
stream.
now? Same thing?
I think she's doing 3. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Because I remember the first one she was doing like 4. It was pretty much she was streaming the entire, like she was streaming for 16 hours.
Well, I think it was supposed to be like 2-hour increments, but the first session of 2-hour increments turned into like 3 hours. So then or even more than 3 hours. So then they ended up, instead of having 2 hours in between, they're like, we got 20 minutes to use the restroom and eat and get ready for the next one. So it made it tough. Yeah.
Can you get 24 eyes? Highlight that, Amanda. I'll do it. 24 eyes. If Devil Flyer snipes me on John Chins again, it's war.
Yeah.
Very well. It's war.
Is this social media war? Or?
I don't know.
I don't know. Thumb war? I don't know. He's just saying it's war. I mean, I guess because Get Over It, it's like, oh yeah, Vanessa, I'll go freaking pit my. It's not chilling because I don't have anything to sell. Hold on.
That's not the right one,
channel.
though, is it?
It is. Copy. Let me get back into this here chat. I'm clicking things. This is one thing I learned at work, talking while I'm like freaking effing around on the computer. I'm making sure that works. Yeah, that's me. Okay. So again, next week we're going here. So Amanda Stato, chat, do you have any other topics? Because it seems like we're ready for sandwiches.
I think so, yeah. Unless there's, people in the chat that want to join and talk about other things, I can put the link back out there. It can definitely be a short show tonight. We will definitely do sandwiches before we end. But yeah, we didn't really have other than just a loose game plan. And there was thoughts that it would just be a hangout stream.
Yeah.
But, if you guys have topics that you guys want to discuss to your heart's content that's CG related. I know CGWF has been kicking up. They've had a few matches so far. I've enjoyed watching them, and they've definitely have some, beefs with kayfabe with people, which I find amusing
That system hates me.
Mm.
because
But
you haven't won any matches.
I swear I've got a perfect record, and I'm going to stick with it.
Perfect record of losses, right?
That's right. I did better this time than most times, but
So Von Stugel put, "Can you explain the lack of appreciation of Danny and CG? It's troubling." I haven't been hanging out in that corner. Has Danny been catching a lot of hate over there?
it always does.
It always is,
Uh,
the whole
well, I mean,
Danny thing.
Well, I mean, that's normal then. Like, is there any? Well, just remember, there's more than one Danny.
That's true.
There's at least 3. The last time I talked.
Is Bancroft
Yeah.
not?
I'm not a complete Danny hater, Von Stugel. I
No.
think I appreciate Danny more than others.
I'm Danny
It's
indifferent.
Danny. Yeah,
Danny.
Danny.
Yes. When will Bancroft come back? I don't know. He'll definitely be back tomorrow. I can say that much because Tiger Blue 2 is launching, and it's launching
Oh,
on
that's
Bancroft's
right.
channel.
That's right. Remember, he was sick, or Mel was sick. Somebody was sick. Not Mel though.
They both.
God, not
are.
Mel.
They both.
Oh God, not Mel. Not the better Bancroft. Oh God, not Mel.
No.
Who would mow his yard if anything happens to Mel?
It's probably growing tall.
I know. Well, it's winter time. Well, yeah, it's winter time right now for them.
Yeah. But tomorrow being a night that he doesn't normally stream, I believe he's going on. I think Fowler said this morning 8 o'clock, but Fowler is also Central Time, so I'm assuming it's 9 p.m. Eastern
When today?
tomorrow
Oh,
for
tomorrow.
Tiger Blue. Yeah.
So when he got sick,
Okay.
was that Rob finally getting his revenge? Is that what happened?
Ooh,
Instead of Montezuma's, it's Rob.
revenge. It's Arnold's revenge.
Right.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. The Mohawk.
They come back on in the stream. He's got a smug look on his face. How was that sandwich?
How's that
Right.
sandwich? Yeah. All right, let me get these sandwiches ready. Get over here.
All right.
Did
So
he
the
lose his
Bancroft
voice?
doesn't. Well, he was croaky when he did a nighttime drawing that he
Oh.
did in the beginning. I know the gay video show went on, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know
Well,
how he was there.
Just sit and play games there, not talk.
Yeah. Well, I suppose there's a difference there since Camel runs the show versus
Mhm.
Bancroft running his own show. At least that's what I'm telling myself, because otherwise I'll be even angry at Bancroft for ditching us. It's more difficult to run your own show, a lot easier to, just hang out.
Mm.
Yeah, she was fighting it when I was like, my channel's not ready. I need you to do this. And she's like, no, I don't want to. I was like, come on now.
I didn't. I said, why not? But yeah, I'm.
Yeah,
But did you say it like that?
she did.
Oh,
Sure,
Don't let her
why
lie.
not?
Yeah,
shoot.
Sure,
that's
why
what
not?
she did.
Put the eggshells down.
That's fine. All right, so I'm ready. I'm ready to talk sandwiches if you're ready to share my screen.
Sure. So Astro Zombie's pointing out they sounded okay on Camel last night. So I'm assuming all is good. Tonight's not a night he normally streams, so he's not there tonight, but he should be back tomorrow, even though it's a night that he doesn't normally stream. So.
All right. Okay. So the first entry, we got Amanda with a grilled mozzarella cheese with tomato and pesto on sourdough.
It's become my new favorite.
That's your new favorite?
Which part?
Yeah. I'm so big into pesto lately. Like, I'll even just dip a spoon in the pesto.
So is
And
this
eat the
cheese
pesto.
and cheese under the tomato?
No,
Or
I
is that
think that's
just the bread?
Just the bread, yeah.
Okay.
So then you got the tomato, and then you got the mozzarella, and then you got the pesto on one side. But what happened was the Dunkin' Donuts up here, I was looking through their app, and they advertised a sandwich like this. And I'm like, you know what? I can make this at my house because I already have all these ingredients. So I tried it, and I'm in love with it.
Nice.
So.
All right. So that's sandwich number 1. Sandwich number 2 is from Jim Cox. He got the number 11 from Tan Tan Cafe Delicatessen. He got bought me.
Oh, he had a ringer.
Yeah, he
Okay.
yeah.
The
He got
Nong.
well. So commercially prepared sandwiches are allowed for Sandwich Saturday chat. Just as a reminder.
Yep.
But we may make, depending on what the sandwich is, we may make fun of you. But that looks delicious.
I know the banh mi that I get out here is really good.
2 Ritz
Nice
crackers and
crispy.
some meat or something.
That would not be a sandwich.
Kind of a sandwich.
Crackers are bread.
Oh wait, we're changing the rules of Sandwich Saturday now that Leroy's not around, because you know that wouldn't fly if Leroy was here.
I would make the argument, unless he's like, it's not 11 bread, it has to be 11 bread.
Well, what do you call those like things where it's like you get them in like a little like tube and there's 6 of them and you get like peanut butter or cheese between them? They call them sandwich crackers.
That is,
I guess
there you
that's
go.
true. Yeah.
There you go.
Loophole.
All right, so then I got mine, and just as a remember, the chat voted on this. They told me to stop being lazy and make a sandwich. So this is the BLT plus. So there's the lettuce, there's tomato. Instead of bacon, this is pork belly, and then there's avocado, and this is locally made potato bread.
So there's no bacon at all. It's just the pork belly.
It's a pork belly.
I was thinking there was a layer of bacon, and then I was wondering what.
Why
the pork
would I
belly
need
was.
a level of bacon if it's pork
the
belly?
BLT plus. It's like supersized.
Yeah, it's pork belly. Bacon and pork belly are coming from the same animal. It's just pork belly is
All
better.
the better.
Yes. And then you got the
Put some bacon
ghetto
bits on there.
There you go.
I still throw bacon on my ham sandwich.
Wow.
Just some of that bacon pop, you know, that
So get
flavor.
Yeah, get over it says Vanessa has a knife. She'll stab you if you don't vote for her. Lol.
That is right. She already stabbed the sandwich because then that was poking out from the top.
You know what?
Big
I don't know
knife.
what
Got it from
happened to
Costco.
I don't know what happened to my, what the heck are they called? The gigantic toothpicks. I know I have a packet of them somewhere and I couldn't find it. So I had to support the integrity of the sandwich
Skewer?
structurally. Yeah. So the knife. Astro Zombie says you can never overdo pork. That is true.
Exactly, AZ. Exactly.
What if you made the buns out of pork?
I don't think that would be a sandwich then.
Could be.
I mean, I would make the argument.
It's like one of those Atkins sandwiches.
Like a deep fried pork. Be like the pork rinds.
Yeah.
We're always thinking. And then Philip put in peanut butter and jelly on potato sourdough. I don't know what potato sourdough is. What type
Potato
of
bread?
Potato sourdough.
Potato starch.
I would have thought one was a potato
sourdough
or a
starter.
sourdough.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's
and
making
some
things up.
bugles. And some bugles. This
Doesn't
this
count
looks
if you
like
didn't put them on his hands.
It looks like it's a picnic or lunch from home or something because it's in a baggie.
Yeah, it's in
and
a baggie.
then he has it on a fancy 4th of July napkin.
Hopefully, he didn't make it. His girl made it. That's always the that's always the hope.
Nice
all right.
kindergarten lunch.
And all right. I'm building the poll. You two need to filibuster.
So Yaki says pork or pesto. It's a tough choice tonight. The vegetarian in you, Yaki, is screaming pesto.
There's no vegetarians in Comicsgate. What in the world are you talking about? Okay.
Matt Yaki, I think, he's not vegetarian, but if I understand conversations that I've heard him talk about, he tends to lean more towards, that California diet. Avocado on everything.
People.
So Von Stugel points out, sandwich that pork between chicken. All right, so yeah, chicken's gonna be the outer.
Is that a chicken sandwich?
I guess so. Are they chicken patties or are they chicken breasts? Grilled,
there you go,
fried?
chicken patty. It's just as good as a bun.
Oh, you know what I had from KFC? No. Yeah, KFC, but it's Taco Bell. My Taco Bell and KFC is together. So I wanted a gordita. I think it's like one of those deep fried tacos that are around. I think those are the gorditas. I don't eat it there very often.
The chalupa.
Chalupa. No, that is what it was. So I ordered something thinking I was gonna have the deep fried tortilla part, and it came out that it was just a chicken. So there was like the lettuce and the tomatoes and the salsa and whatever, and the chicken was wrapped around it. It was like a chicken patty, and I'm like, what is this?
Geez, I was gonna say it's cooked, right?
It was, and it was good, but it wasn't what I wanted.
Bring
So
you
I
a
was,
live chicken wrapped in lettuce.
yeah. Astro Zombies commenting that Phil has a kindergarten lunch.
Mm.
Phil didn't use no starter to make scratch bread. Yeah, I don't think he made it.
Mm.
Yaki says, I've had that pesto sandwich, but with goat cheese instead. I mean, we don't get goats up here. Well, actually we do, but...
I'm sure you do.
we do. I don't go quite so far with goat cheese. Phil would have to put that on his shirtless body to get votes. His when he posted it, he got quite a few comments on his sandwich, but I think it was more to do with the bread choice.
I also think it's because he tagged everybody on his post.
Oh, did he?
That's what you do.
Yes.
There you go. That's why.
Gotta put like Marvel
right.
Comics, Xbox, Clean Living.
Ethan Van Sciver, you know, everybody.
look at my peanut butter sandwich.
That old Instagram hashtag game where there's like a 2-inch block.
So Yaki was saying that he was raised a vegetarian until his 20s.
Okay.
But then
So what happened, Mackie? You were just like, you know what? It's time for bacon. Like, how did that work?
Yeah, what was the first meat choice that you decided to break your vegetarianism with? That burger looks good. I'm going there.
And the link is in the chat.
Dang advertising.
Yeah, don't forget to vote. We have 7 of us that are watching.
It's because we always lose people when we start talking about sandwiches.
It's funny because a lot of people like the sandwich part, but I guess it's the diehards that want the sandwich part. So thank you all for joining us for Sandwich Saturday.
There you go.
Just a tough one.
Okay, so Matt Yaki, it was chicken. So do you remember the story of this first time you put chicken into your mouth?
Had to have been in like a Caesar salad or something, right? Right?
Right.
Yeah, was it
slow.
an accident? Yeah, was it an accident that you got meat?
2 decades of rabbit food. Sorry for you. Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs. Well, I mean, depending on what type of vegetarian you are, you can eat eggs.
That's true.
It's so weird. I suppose, yeah, vegan or vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
There was now I don't eat meat. I know some of you know. Well, not meat. I don't eat beef, I should say. And I know some of you know, but it was all. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Faces of Death movie, but they were popular back in the. It was probably 14, I think, when I watched it. And basically, it's showing real life video of people dying. But the one that I watched was they were slaughtering the meat. So I saw them slaughtering the cows. I saw them slaughtering the chickens, and it was like there was several friends that we were together, and guys and girls, and that's what they decided to watch. Well, that like traumatized me that I ended up started eating any meat. It was about 2 months, I think. I didn't go with any meat, but then I was like, you know what, I do like meat. So then it ended up just being I kept the chicken, I kept the pork, but I haven't ate beef. So I haven't ate beef since I was about 14 years old.
Can you share my screen, please?
You're sharing? Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, you didn't have to share this big. Keep our avatars on it. Oh my goodness.
I'm winning. We need that. We need that front and center.
There you go.
Phil does have a vote though.
All right. So I know there's 9 in the chat and there's 7 votes. So whatever 2 lurkers, whatever you 2 are doing, this is peer pressure. Go click the link and go vote real quick. We'll give it an extra minute before we call it. I can't believe Amanda won with that grilled cheese sandwich. Well, we don't know. There's two of you still out there. Jim Cox says vote for Pedro.
Yes.
I thought it was pronounced pesto.
He put Pedro though.
Well, isn't that what was that movie with Napoleon? Is it Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
That has the Pedro. Yeah.
Vote for petrol.
Yes.
I
we
mean,
need to
I
vote
would
for
Petro. Yeah, I would vote for Petro right now too. Von Stugel says pity vote for Phil.
Oh, that wasn't Phil's own vote for himself?
We don't know that.
Oh, that's true.
Is Phil still here?
Yeah, that would be a sign.
I don't know.
All right, I think we should just call it. So Amanda, you won today.
Wow.
Thank you. Thanks for voting for me.
Took on all of it.
And if you haven't had the grilled cheese with tomato and pesto, definitely try it. It's really good.
All right,
I've
cool.
actually didn't realize how much I liked pesto until probably the last 2 years.
You like peanut butter.
Yep. All right. So are we any other conversations, topics that we need to talk about, or are we pretty much closing it here?
I think we can have a short show.
Hey, Vanessa's up to 22 subs.
Oh
Sweet.
shit!
Good start.
I did notice that Jim shared it out when I was trying to use my phone to get to the StreamYard link to vote. So all right, so yeah, well, it's a short show. I know I think Crackhead's still going. If you guys want to go over there and watch, I think he's going over the possible prizes. I'm assuming that's what he's doing tonight. But when that show ends, put your comments in the description or the whatever comment section of the video. And then from what I understand, they're going to assign you a number. And then next week, they're going to draw the prizes. I would say be present to win, which, yes, be present to win, but also come hang out with us. So, because we will see you guys next week.
As we're all going to be watching 3 streams at the same time, it's going to be ridiculous.
That's true.
It's like you could come with us and listen to us snipe a stream, and then you could watch that one. Oh, it'll be fun.
Yeah, but if they watch us, they don't have to do 2 separate streams because we'll already be sniping somebody else. And then just if they see a piece that they like, go join them.
Cool. All right, Stato, thank you for hopping in.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for joining. All right. We'll see you guys later. And it should be next week at Vanessa's channel.
Yep.
See ya.
Yo, Comicsgate.
Bye now. I guess she's done.
She is done. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Amanda.
I know this level of boomerang is hilarious.
Amanda.
Oh man. Yeah,
That's right.
we know
Still
it's
alive.
We know it's still live, Jim. I don't know what she did. You know what the funny thing is that she has a Sunday show with Jim where she looks at stuff. So I know she knows how to use StreamYard.
I do. I left the stream.
It's like, peace out.
I'm like, oh man, what happened? And then I'm like, oh, I left the studio. I didn't end the broadcast. And then I went back into a stream, but it wasn't this stream.
That's a great way to host. Like, fend for yourselves. Bye.
All right. Anyways, yes, I do technically know how to end, but this is it's too late. That's why we stream at 3:00, not 11:30.
Okay.
All right, later, guys. Bye.